Have you ever felt like there's more to life than meets the eye? Imagine peeling away layers of an illusion to reveal a world rich in depth, color, and meaning, something that transcends what we can touch, see, or even comprehend fully. What if, within you, lies an untouched realm of consciousness, waiting to be unlocked? This journey isn't just about a shift in perspective. It's about transforming how you experience reality itself. In today's video, we'll explore the profound shift from the familiar 3D world, where everything feels concrete and bound by physical limits, to a realm of 5D consciousness, a dimension alive with intuition, compassion, and boundless purpose. This is a journey into seeing the invisible connections between us, into discovering that life holds mysteries far beyond societal expectations or material gains. Have you felt yourself being drawn away from superficial desires, longing for something deeper? We're diving deep into the magic of letting go, into the subtle signs your reality may be shifting. You'll hear stories of individuals, like Nelson Mandela, whose life transformation took him from physical suffering to embodying spiritual wisdom. This isn't some lofty theory. It's a powerful transition within reach for anyone ready to shed old layers and embrace an authentic, connected self. Stay with us and discover how stepping beyond the ordinary can not only transform your perspective, but elevate your entire way of being. Let's unravel the mystery together and understand why embracing this higher consciousness could just be the most significant journey of your life. Shifting realities. The transition from a 3D world to a 5D consciousness represents a profound leap in human awareness and perception. When we live in the 3D, our understanding of reality is confined to what can be touched, seen, or measured, much like viewing life in stark black and white. However, shifting into a 5D state expands our awareness to subtler, multidimensional aspects of existence, where experiences are enriched by unseen forces such as intuition, compassion, and higher purpose. This transformation often feels like peeling away layers of an onion, each layer representing aspects of ourselves that no longer serve a higher state of being, revealing a more authentic and connected self beneath. Example of a notable figure. Consider the transformation of Nelson Mandela, who, after 27 years in prison, emerged not embittered but spiritually attuned to concepts of reconciliation, unity, and a broader vision for South Africa. While Mandela's 3D reality was marked by tangible suffering, imprisonment, and political struggles, his shift in consciousness mirrored a journey into deeper dimensions of understanding and forgiveness. This shift allowed him to become a global symbol of peace and transcendence, illustrating the power of moving beyond surface-level perceptions. Personal reflection. In my experience, this transition is often subtle and gradual. There was a period when material possessions, societal expectations, and the clamor of everyday life began to lose their grip on me. Social gatherings and events, which once felt significant, seemed hollow and less meaningful. This wasn't born of superiority or disdain, but a deeper realization that what truly matters extends beyond surface-level interactions. This sense of detachment felt like shedding an outdated skin, no longer representative of who I was becoming. As individuals begin their journey into 5D consciousness, they may notice their relationships, habits, and aspirations shifting. For example, billionaire philanthropist Bill Gates underwent a visible transformation over his career. While his initial years focused on competition and dominance in the tech industry, a classic 3D pursuit, his later life has centered around eradicating diseases, improving global health, and fostering sustainability, endeavors rooted in a higher consciousness and desire to contribute to humanity's collective well-being. This represents a transition from focusing solely on the material and tangible to embracing greater purpose and service. The 5D shift brings heightened awareness of connections that transcend physical boundaries. It encourages individuals to question their place in the universe and how their actions ripple out to impact others. In the 3D paradigm, success might be defined by measurable achievements, wealth, power, or status. In contrast, 5D consciousness values intangible qualities like empathy, unity, and spiritual growth. Example, Consider Oprah Winfrey's evolution. Initially known for her celebrity talk show that delved into mainstream topics, Oprah gradually shifted her focus to more profound, life-affirming themes, such as self-improvement, spirituality, and healing. Her journey reflects a shift from chasing ratings, a tangible, 3D metric, to fostering genuine connections, promoting wellness, and helping others find their spiritual paths, a move that resonates strongly with 5D values. The peeling away of outdated layers is not without its challenges. Old attachments, whether to material goods, societal status, or limiting beliefs, often cling tightly. Breaking free can evoke feelings of loss, confusion, or even fear, as it forces us to confront who we truly are beneath the layers we have constructed. However, embracing these moments of discomfort is critical for growth. In doing so, we open ourselves to experiences that transcend the mundane and connect us with a deeper purpose. Personal insight. Reflecting on my journey, it became clear that the detachment from the material world was less about losing and more about gaining clarity. By focusing on what genuinely mattered, meaningful relationships, purposeful work, and inner peace, I was able to better understand and navigate life's complexities. In this space, true fulfillment emerged, free from the constraints of external validation. In 5D consciousness, reality is seen through a lens of interconnectedness and spiritual alignment. Renowned figures such as the Dalai Lama exemplify this state of being, advocating compassion, wisdom, and interconnectedness in every interaction. His teachings remind us that true freedom lies in transcending ego-driven pursuits to embrace a more holistic view of existence, one where every action contributes to a greater collective harmony. To experience the shift fully, we must confront and shed beliefs and behaviors rooted in fear and separation. This process may involve re-evaluating relationships, leaving behind toxic environments, or pursuing a different life path. While initially unsettling, it ultimately leads to a state of greater alignment with our soul's purpose. It is akin to stripping away the inessential to reveal a stronger, more radiant core. Example of detachment and realignment. Steve Jobs, the visionary behind Apple, often spoke about connecting the dots in life retrospectively. His journey wasn't linear, and he faced many setbacks, from being ousted from the company he co-founded to battling illness. Yet, through his experiences, Jobs emerged with a renewed perspective, emphasizing creativity, simplicity, and passion, principles that resonated on a deeper, more spiritual level than pure market success. In conclusion, the shift from 3D to 5D consciousness is a transformative process that challenges us to look beyond the material world and embrace a higher, more connected state of being. It's not about abandoning the physical realm, but understanding it as part of a larger, multidimensional reality. By shedding the layers of ego, attachment, and fear, we step into a world filled with possibility, purpose, and profound connection, one where the vibrancy of life is revealed in every moment. Ascension symptoms and shadow work. As you elevate your consciousness and step into a higher vibrational state, you may encounter what many call ascension symptoms. This transformation is not purely euphoric. It often presents a mix of exhilaration and discomfort, just as a computer might experience glitches during a major software update. Our bodies, minds, and spirits also need time to adjust and recalibrate to new frequencies. These ascension symptoms can manifest physically, emotionally, and mentally, ranging from headaches, mood swings, fatigue, intense emotions, and even spiritual crises. While these symptoms can be daunting, they are evidence of a profound transformation taking place within. To illustrate, imagine your body as a finely tuned instrument that is suddenly exposed to an entirely new range of frequencies. It begins to resonate differently, producing sensations and responses that may feel foreign or even unsettling. This adjustment period is crucial, as it marks your transition from a state of lower consciousness, rooted in the tangible 3D world, to an elevated existence that transcends the limitations of physical reality. Your body may ache, your thoughts may race, and your emotions may feel like a storm raging within. This is not a sign of regression but of immense growth, a sign that your soul is evolving and shedding old, outdated patterns. Example story: navigating emotional release. Consider the story of a friend who, upon her awakening journey, found herself crying uncontrollably at the most unexpected times. There was no clear trigger for these emotions, no visible reason why the tears would flow. Initially, she resisted these emotions, fearing that she was losing control or spiraling into depression. However, through meditation, journaling, and introspection, she discovered a deeper truth. These tears were the manifestation of deeply buried traumas and unresolved emotions surfacing to be acknowledged and released. The pain she had long suppressed was rising to the surface, demanding to be felt and integrated. In moments like these, what we often call breakdowns are actually breakthroughs, our soul's way of purging what no longer aligns with our higher vibration. The process can be painful, raw, and deeply challenging, but it is a necessary part of spiritual growth. This journey through darkness, known as shadow work, requires courage and resilience. Shadow work involves confronting and integrating the parts of ourselves we have long denied, ignored, or suppressed, the fears, insecurities, traumas, and habits that have shaped who we are in the lower dimensional world. The importance of shadow work. Shadow work is often misunderstood as dwelling in negativity, but it is quite the opposite. It is a courageous act of self-love and healing. Imagine someone who has spent years suppressing feelings of inadequacy, perhaps due to childhood neglect or constant criticism. These emotions, buried deep within, can create subconscious blocks that manifest as self-doubt, fear of failure, or even destructive behaviors. Engaging in shadow work means shining a light on these hidden aspects, understanding where they came from, and reclaiming the power they have held over you. It means owning your darkness so that you can transform it into light. Historical example: Carl Jung and the shadow self. The renowned psychologist Carl Jung coined the term shadow self to describe these hidden aspects of our psyche. Jung himself went through a period of intense inner exploration, which he referred to as his confrontation with the unconscious. During this time, he faced his darkest fears, fantasies, and hidden desires. It was through this process that he gained profound insights into the human mind and the collective unconscious. Jung's work serves as a powerful example of how shadow work can lead to personal transformation and a deeper understanding of ourselves. Personal insight: finding light in darkness. My own journey through shadow work was far from easy. There were moments when I questioned my sanity, felt overwhelmed by anxiety, and wanted to give up entirely. However, I came to realize that embracing my darkness allowed me to find the light. Each fear I faced and each painful memory I confronted became a stepping stone toward greater self-awareness and freedom. For example, I once held onto deep-seated anger from past betrayals. By allowing myself to fully feel and process this anger, I was able to transform it into compassion and forgiveness, both for myself and others. Shadow work is not a one-time event. It is a lifelong journey. Each layer of the shadow we confront brings us closer to our authentic selves. The more we integrate these hidden aspects, the more aligned we become with our higher purpose. It is important to remember that this process does not mean eliminating our flaws or becoming perfect. Instead, it is about accepting every part of who we are, even the parts we wish to hide. Facing the shadow in society. The concept of shadow work extends beyond the individual. As a society, we, too, have a collective shadow, systems of oppression, historical injustices, and deeply ingrained biases that shape our world. Addressing these shadows requires honesty, compassion, and collective healing. Figures like Martin Luther King Jr. exemplified this kind of work, advocating for justice, equality, and the dismantling of oppressive systems. His commitment to nonviolence and love, even in the face of hatred and violence, was a testament to his ability to confront and transform society's shadow. Physical manifestations of Ascension symptoms. The physical symptoms of Ascension, such as headaches, fatigue, or heightened sensitivity to light and sound, can feel disorienting. These symptoms often occur because our physical bodies are adjusting to hold higher frequencies of energy. It is similar to upgrading an electrical system to accommodate more power. The old circuits must be rewired to prevent overload. This process may leave you feeling exhausted or out of sync, but it is a sign that your body is preparing to embody a higher state of consciousness. Example: Elon Musk's pursuit of a higher vision. While Elon Musk's journey is often viewed through the lens of innovation and technological advancement, it also reflects elements of ascension and shadow work. Musk has faced numerous failures, intense scrutiny, and personal challenges throughout his career. Yet, each setback has fueled his drive to push humanity forward, to envision a world beyond our current limitations. This relentless pursuit of a higher vision, despite personal and societal obstacles, mirrors the process of transcending lower dimensional consciousness and embracing a higher purpose. Practical tips for navigating ascension symptoms and shadow work. Meditation and mindfulness. These practices help calm the mind and provide clarity when facing emotional turmoil. They create space to observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment, allowing you to process and release them. Journaling. Writing down your experiences can be a powerful tool for self-reflection. It helps you uncover patterns, identify triggers, and gain insight into your subconscious mind. Seek support. Sharing your journey with trusted friends, mentors, or a spiritual community can provide comfort and perspective. Remember, you are not alone in this process. Self-compassion. Be gentle with yourself. Growth is not linear, and setbacks are part of the journey. Treat yourself with the same kindness you would offer a close friend. Final thoughts. As you navigate ascension symptoms and engage in shadow work, remember that every challenge is an opportunity for growth. Each moment of discomfort brings you closer to embodying your true self, a self that is free, empowered, and aligned with a higher purpose. By embracing the darkness within, you create space for light to enter. This is the essence of transformation, to turn pain into wisdom, fear into courage, and shadow into light. Your journey may be difficult, but it is also profoundly beautiful. The collapse of old structures. When you begin to shift into the 5D realm, one of the first things you'll likely encounter is the dissolution of your old life. This isn't a metaphorical end. It's a profound restructuring of your existence. The relationships that once felt comfortable, the career path you meticulously built, and the material comforts you once valued may suddenly start to feel out of place or even constraining. It's as if a veil is lifted, revealing what was once hidden beneath, your true self waiting to emerge. While this unraveling can feel like chaos, it is a necessary clearing to make room for a more authentic and aligned life. In the 3D world, we are conditioned to seek security and stability through tangible achievements and material wealth. We build our identities around jobs, titles, social circles, and possessions. But as we transition to 5D consciousness, these attachments often fall away, leaving many to question their purpose and direction. This process can be painful. It feels like the ground beneath you is shifting, and there's nothing solid to hold on to. Yet, within this discomfort lies the seed of transformation, a chance to shed the old and embrace a more meaningful existence. Example story: the executive turned gardener. One of the most striking examples I've witnessed involves a former corporate executive. He was at the pinnacle of his career, earning a six-figure salary, with all the accolades and perks that came with it. From the outside, his life seemed perfect, but on the inside, he felt empty, disconnected, and spiritually drained. He started experiencing a deep sense of dissatisfaction, something he couldn't shake, no matter how many promotions he earned or bonuses he received. After a period of soul-searching and introspection, he made a radical decision. He left his high-powered job and devoted himself to creating community gardens in urban neighborhoods. It was a complete departure from his old life, but for the first time in years, he felt truly alive. The act of nurturing plants, building community, and giving back to the earth brought him fulfillment he had never found in the corporate world. He traded prestige for purpose and material wealth for inner richness. This story illustrates a critical aspect of the 5D shift. The realization that true fulfillment doesn't come from external validation, but from living in alignment with your soul's calling. To grow, we must be willing to let go of what no longer serves us. This process often involves confronting fear, uncertainty, and resistance. It's not easy to leave behind the familiar, but the rewards of transformation are profound. The pain of letting go of old structures can feel like a death. Relationships may end as you realize they were built on superficial foundations or no longer resonate with your new level of consciousness. Friendships that were once the cornerstone of your life might dissolve, leaving a void. Careers that once defined you may lose their appeal, making you question who you are without that identity. These losses can trigger grief, anxiety, and a deep sense of loneliness. But this process is also a rebirth. Just as a caterpillar must shed its cocoon to become a butterfly, we, too, must release the past to step into our truest selves. The cocoon represents the safety and predictability of the 3D world, but it also confines us. The butterfly cannot emerge until it breaks free of this structure. It is a painful process, but it is also the gateway to freedom and transformation. Historical example, Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi offers a powerful example of letting go of old structures to embrace a higher purpose. Born into a privileged family and trained as a lawyer, Gandhi could have led a comfortable life within the structures of colonial society. However, his awakening to social injustice led him to renounce his material wealth and embrace a life of simplicity and service. By shedding his old identity, he became a beacon of change and a catalyst for India's independence. His transformation was not without sacrifice. He faced imprisonment, hunger strikes, and personal loss, but his commitment to truth and nonviolence transformed the world. Personal insight, sacrifice as transformation. In my own journey, I've experienced the pain of letting go. There were relationships that felt comfortable but no longer resonated with my growth. Walking away from them was not easy. It felt like losing a part of myself. But over time, I realized that these sacrifices were necessary to make room for new connections that aligned with my higher purpose. The same was true for my career path. When I began to feel a growing discontent, I knew it was time to pivot. By stepping away from what was familiar, I opened the door to new opportunities that brought deeper fulfillment. Breaking free from material attachments. Material possessions are another layer of the 3D structures we cling to. In a society that often equates success with wealth, it can be challenging to step away from this conditioning. But as you shift to 5D consciousness, you may find that materialism no longer holds the same appeal. Instead, experiences, relationships, and spiritual growth take center stage. This doesn't mean you must give up everything you own, but it does mean reassessing what truly brings value and meaning to your life. Example, Jeff Bezos and philanthropy. Consider the case of Jeff Bezos, one of the wealthiest individuals in the world. While his journey is complex and multifaceted, Bezos has recently turned more of his attention to philanthropy and initiatives aimed at tackling global challenges. This shift reflects a growing awareness that material success alone cannot bring true fulfillment. By directing his resources toward causes that impact humanity, he is, in some ways, shedding old structures and embracing a broader purpose. Navigating the void. The period of transition between letting go of the old and embracing the new is often referred to as the void. It is a time of uncertainty, where you may feel lost and directionless. But it is also a time of potential, a blank slate where you can create a life that aligns with your true self. The key is to trust the process and have faith that what is meant for you will come. Practical tips for letting go and embracing change. Self-reflection. Take time to assess what is no longer serving your growth. Be honest with yourself about relationships, habits, and beliefs that feel misaligned. Release with gratitude. Letting go doesn't mean rejecting the past. Honor what once served you, and release it with gratitude for the lessons it brought. Seek support. Surround yourself with a community or individuals who understand your journey. Their encouragement can help you navigate the uncertainty. Stay open to new opportunities. Embracing change means being open to the unexpected. Trust that new paths will reveal themselves as you shed the old. Personal reflection. Transformation through challenge. when I chose to leave behind certain structures in my life. I faced criticism, doubt, and fear. There were moments when I questioned my choices and wanted to retreat to the safety of the familiar. But each challenge I faced brought me closer to my true self. I discovered strength I didn't know I had, and I built a life that reflected my deepest values and aspirations. In the 5D realm, life is no longer about clinging to what is safe and predictable. It is about embracing change, growth, and authenticity. As the old structures fall away, they make room for something far greater, a life lived in alignment with your soul's purpose. It is a journey of transformation, one that requires courage but offers immeasurable rewards. By letting go of what no longer serves you, you open the door to a life of freedom, fulfillment, and true connection. Detoxing your life. When you elevate your consciousness and begin to shift into a higher state of awareness, one of the first things you'll notice is how sensitive you become to the energies around you. This heightened awareness acts like a filter, revealing what serves your highest good and what is not. Toxicity, whether it comes in the form of people, environments, or habits, stands out like a glaring neon sign, urging you to make changes. While it may be uncomfortable to acknowledge, this newfound sensitivity is a gift, allowing you to realign your life with your true vibration and purpose. The term detoxing your life often conjures images of physical cleanses or dietary changes, but it goes far deeper when it comes to spiritual and energetic ascension. Detoxing on a higher level involves distancing yourself from anything that drains your energy, clouds your thoughts, or disrupts your peace. This is not about rejecting people or situations out of judgment, but recognizing what no longer aligns with your evolving frequency and making the conscious choice to step away. It's about creating an environment, both internally and externally, that supports your growth and well-being. Identifying the toxins. To begin, let's explore the different types of toxins that might be present in your life. Toxic relationships. These are connections that leave you feeling drained, unsupported, or disrespected. This could be a friend who always brings drama into your life, a romantic partner who diminishes your self-worth, or even a family member who refuses to acknowledge your boundaries. As you elevate your consciousness, these relationships become increasingly difficult to tolerate. The more attuned you become to your own energy, the more you recognize the impact others have on it. Negative environments, whether it's a stressful workplace, a chaotic household, or a toxic social circle, environments carry their own energy signatures. A place that once felt normal may suddenly feel suffocating. This shift occurs because your heightened consciousness can no longer ignore the underlying discordance. It's as if you've tuned into a new frequency, and anything that doesn't resonate feels jarring. Self-sabotaging habits. Beyond external influences, there are habits and behaviors within ourselves that can be just as toxic. This could be negative self-talk, procrastination, addictive behaviors, or any routine that keeps you from living authentically. Elevating your consciousness often brings these patterns to light, demanding introspection and change. Personal example: sensitivity to crowded spaces. In my own journey, I experienced a growing sensitivity to crowded places. What once seemed like a minor nuisance became a source of deep discomfort. The noise, superficial conversations, and frenetic energy left me feeling drained and disoriented. Initially, I resisted this change, forcing myself to attend social gatherings and public events out of obligation. But over time, I realized that these interactions no longer served me. They were depleting my energy and pulling me away from my center. Choosing solitude over forced interactions was not an act of rejection, but an act of self-care. In the quiet of my own space, I found clarity and peace. Solitude allowed me to reconnect with my inner self, to reflect and recharge. This shift did not mean isolating myself entirely. It meant discerning when and where to invest my energy and giving myself permission to say no without guilt. Example: Marie Kondo's tidying philosophy. Marie Kondo's approach to tidying up, keeping only items that spark joy, offers a useful metaphor for detoxing your life. Just as we declutter our physical space, we can declutter our energetic space. If a relationship, environment, or habit doesn't bring genuine joy, peace, or growth. It may be time to release it. This does not mean erasing the past or harboring resentment. It means making space for what truly aligns with who you are becoming. The courage to set boundaries. Detoxing your life often requires setting boundaries, a skill that can be difficult, especially for those conditioned to please others or avoid conflict. Boundaries are not about shutting people out, but about protecting your energy and maintaining your well-being. When you establish a boundary, you're communicating your needs clearly and unapologetically. This can be challenging, as not everyone will understand or accept your newfound limits. Some may even react with hostility, viewing your boundaries as rejection. But setting boundaries is an act of self-love. It's a declaration that you value your peace and well-being enough to protect it. If someone truly respects and cares for you, they will honor your boundaries. If not, their departure from your life may be a necessary part of your growth. Practical tips for detoxing your life. Learn to say no. Many of us struggle with saying no because we fear disappointing others or being perceived as selfish. But saying no is a powerful tool for maintaining your energy. By declining commitments or relationships that drain you, you make room for what truly matters. Identify energy drains. Take an honest inventory of your life. Which people, places, or habits leave you feeling exhausted or unhappy? Reflect on whether they align with your values and intentions. If not, consider distancing yourself or making changes. Create sacred space. Designate time and space in your life for activities that nurture your soul, meditation, nature walks, creative pursuits, or simply moments of stillness. This sacred space allows you to recharge and connect with your higher self. Seek support. Surround yourself with people who uplift and inspire you. Seek out communities or mentors who share your values and encourage your growth. Having a support system can make the detoxing process less isolating and more empowering. Example, boundaries in practice. Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey, one of the most influential figures in media, has spoken openly about the importance of setting boundaries. Despite her demanding schedule, she prioritizes self-care, meditation, and alone time. Her ability to say no to projects or people that do not align with her vision is a testament to the power of protecting one's energy. This focus has not only preserved her well-being, but allowed her to channel her energy into endeavors that make a meaningful impact. Transforming relationships. Detoxing your life doesn't always mean ending relationships. Sometimes it means transforming them. Honest communication can lead to deeper connections and mutual respect. For example, expressing your need for space or explaining how certain behaviors affect you can invite others to grow alongside you. While not every relationship will withstand this shift, those that do become stronger and more authentic. The role of self-compassion. As you navigate the process of detoxing your life, it's essential to practice self-compassion. Growth is not linear, and there will be moments when you question your choices or feel tempted to return to old patterns. Be patient with yourself. Understand that letting go is a process, and setbacks are part of the journey. Personal insight. Choosing peace. In my experience, prioritizing my well-being meant letting go of long-standing relationships that no longer resonated with me. It was not an easy decision, and I grappled with guilt and fear of judgment. But as I honored my need for peace, I found that my inner light grew stronger. I became more present, more compassionate, and more aligned with my purpose. By detoxing my life, I created space for growth, joy, and deeper connections. Final thought. Detoxing your life is a radical act of self-love and courage. It is about choosing authenticity over convenience, peace over chaos, and alignment over obligation. By letting go of what no longer serves you, you allow yourself to step fully into your power and purpose. The journey may be challenging, but the freedom and clarity that come from it are worth every step. Prioritize your well-being, protect your energy, and let your light shine. Becoming an earth keeper. As your soul aligns with the vibrations of the 5D consciousness, you may find yourself inexplicably drawn to nature. Forests that whisper ancient wisdom, mountains that stand as symbols of resilience, rivers that flow with a rhythm as timeless as the stars. These natural spaces become more than mere backdrops to your life. They are sanctuaries for spiritual rejuvenation, places that invite you to reconnect with your truest self. This pull toward nature is not a coincidence. It is a calling, a beckoning to remember your place in the grand web of life and to step into your role as an earthkeeper. In the rush of modern living, it is easy to forget that we are, at our core, deeply intertwined with the natural world. We are not separate from the earth. We are an integral part of it. The more we elevate our consciousness, the more we feel this connection. Nature becomes a mirror, reflecting back our strengths, vulnerabilities, and the rhythms of our own existence. It shows us that life, like the changing seasons, is a cycle of growth, decay, and renewal. Example story: a transformative retreat in the Himalayas. One transformative experience stands out vividly in my memory: a retreat in the heart of the Himalayas, surrounded by towering ancient trees. With the crisp mountain air filling my lungs, I felt a profound sense of unity with the natural world. The wind carried stories of ages past, rustling the leaves in a symphony that seemed orchestrated just for me. Every breath, every heartbeat, felt synchronized with the pulse of the earth itself. It was more than a scenic escape. It was a reminder of my duty as a steward of this planet, entrusted with nurturing and protecting its sanctity. During that retreat, I observed how the simplest elements of nature carried profound lessons. The trees stood tall despite centuries of harsh winters and scorching summers. The rivers carved paths through stone, their persistence shaping the landscape over millennia. These natural phenomena mirrored the resilience and adaptability we, too, must embody as we navigate life's challenges. I realized then that to align with 5D consciousness is not just to seek personal enlightenment, but to embrace our collective responsibility toward the earth. The Earthkeeper's responsibility. To become an Earthkeeper is to recognize that we are caretakers, not conquerors, of this planet. It means living in harmony with nature rather than exploiting it for short-term gains. This shift in perspective calls for a profound change in our actions, habits, and mindset. It asks us to tread lightly, to respect the delicate balance that sustains all life, and to act as guardians for future generations. Historical example: indigenous wisdom and stewardship. Indigenous cultures around the world have long understood this sacred relationship with the earth. They see themselves as part of a living ecosystem, with responsibilities to maintain harmony and balance. The Native American concept of seventh-generation stewardship emphasizes making decisions with the welfare of 7 generations into the future in mind. This wisdom, often dismissed by industrialized societies, holds the key to creating a sustainable and compassionate world. Embracing this perspective as Earthkeepers can guide us toward more mindful and respectful interactions with our environment. Personal reflection: nature as a cosmic tuning fork. For me, nature serves as a cosmic tuning fork, helping me align with higher vibrations and reminding me of my purpose. There is something profoundly grounding about standing barefoot on the earth, feeling its coolness seep into your skin. The practice of earthing or grounding has been shown to reduce stress, improve sleep, and enhance overall well-being. Science is only beginning to validate what our ancestors intuitively knew, that connecting with the earth restores our balance and vitality. Whenever I feel overwhelmed by the noise and chaos of modern life, I retreat to nature. Even a simple walk through a park can be transformative. The rustling of leaves, the chirping of birds, the scent of fresh soil, all these elements remind me to slow down, to breathe, and to be fully present. Nature strips away the distractions and reconnects me to what truly matters. It brings me back to my core, reminding me that I am both infinitely small and intricately connected to something far greater: the healing power of nature. Research has consistently shown that spending time in nature has a profound impact on mental, emotional, and physical health. Forest bathing, a practice that originated in Japan, involves immersing oneself in the natural world to experience its healing effects. Studies have found that forest bathing reduces cortisol levels, lowers blood pressure, and boosts immune function. But beyond the scientific evidence, there is a spiritual dimension to this practice. It allows us to shed the layers of stress, anxiety, and negativity that accumulate in daily life, leaving us refreshed and rejuvenated. Example: Jane Goodall's dedication to conservation. Consider the remarkable work of Dr. Jane Goodall, whose life has been dedicated to understanding and preserving the natural world. Her groundbreaking research on chimpanzees transformed our understanding of primates and highlighted the deep connections between humans and animals. More importantly, her advocacy for conservation has inspired millions to take action in protecting endangered species and ecosystems. Goodall embodies the spirit of an earthkeeper, demonstrating that even a single person can make a profound impact on the world. Cultivating a relationship with nature. To truly become an earthkeeper, we must cultivate a relationship with nature that goes beyond admiration. It involves active participation, planting trees, reducing waste, conserving water, supporting sustainable practices, and educating others. Small acts, when multiplied by millions of people, can create a wave of positive change. Every step we take to protect the earth is a step toward preserving the beauty, diversity, and vitality of life. Personal insight, finding purpose in stewardship. There was a time when I felt disconnected from the world around me, consumed by the demands of work and the pressures of modern living. But when I began to reconnect with nature, everything shifted. I found purpose in the simple act of tending to a garden, watching seeds sprout and grow. The process was both humbling and empowering, a reminder that I am part of a cycle that extends far beyond myself. Each plant I nurtured, each moment spent in the sunlight, reaffirmed my role as an earthkeeper. The collective shift toward a new earth. As more people awaken to their role as earthkeepers, we move closer to creating a new earth, a world rooted in love, compassion, and harmony. This collective shift requires collaboration and unity. We must support one another, share knowledge, and amplify our efforts. The challenges we face, climate change, habitat destruction, pollution, are immense, but they are not insurmountable. Together, we have the power to heal and transform the earth. Practical steps to embrace your role as an earthkeeper. Connect with nature regularly. Spend time outdoors, whether through hiking, gardening, or simply sitting under a tree. Allow yourself to be present and absorb the healing energy of the natural world. Reduce your environmental footprint. Make conscious choices to reduce waste, conserve energy, and support sustainable products. Every small action contributes to a larger impact. Advocate for environmental protection. Use your voice to support policies and initiatives that protect the earth. Join local conservation efforts or volunteer for organizations dedicated to environmental causes. Educate yourself and others. Knowledge is a powerful tool. Learn about environmental issues and share what you learn with others. Inspire those around you to take action. Final reflection: embracing the call of the earth. Becoming an earthkeeper is not a one-time commitment. It is a way of life. It is a recognition that we are stewards of this planet, entrusted with its care. By aligning our actions with this purpose, we honor the earth and our place within it. We become conduits for healing, growth, and transformation, not only for ourselves but for all living beings. Nature calls us to remember who we are and what we are here to do. Will you answer the call? Soulful Connections. In the fifth dimension, relationships take on a depth that goes far beyond the superficial exchanges we often experience in the 3D world. No longer are connections defined by status, appearances, or surface-level pleasantries. Instead, they are rooted in resonance, shared purpose, and a profound sense of alignment. You find yourself gravitating toward people who reflect your values, beliefs, and energy, individuals who feel like kindred spirits or even members of a soul family. These are connections that touch the very core of who you are, elevating you and encouraging you to grow into your highest potential. When we speak of soulful connections, we're talking about relationships that are built on authenticity, vulnerability, and mutual support. There is no need for masks or pretenses. In these connections, you can be your true self, raw, imperfect, and completely real, without fear of judgment. It is as though these relationships have existed long before you crossed paths in this lifetime. The bond is instantaneous, often accompanied by a feeling of deep recognition. as if your souls have known each other for eons. The resonance of soulful connections. As you elevate your consciousness and enter a higher vibrational state, you naturally attract people who match your frequency. This is the law of resonance in action. When two individuals vibrate at the same energetic frequency, their connection is almost magnetic. It's as if the universe orchestrates their meeting, bringing them together at precisely the right moment. This is no coincidence. It's a reminder that we are all interconnected and that our paths are guided by forces greater than ourselves. Example story: meeting a life-changing mentor. Imagine walking into a bookstore on a rainy afternoon, seeking refuge from the storm. You find yourself wandering through the aisles, aimlessly flipping through pages until you stumble upon a book that feels like it was meant for you. As you reach for it, another hand touches it at the same time. You look up, and there stands a stranger who seems oddly familiar. You exchange a smile, strike up a conversation, and soon realize this person is no ordinary acquaintance. They are a mentor, a guide, or perhaps a soul companion meant to help you navigate your journey. This kind of serendipitous encounter isn't rare in the fifth dimension. It's the universe's way of putting people in our path who can help us grow, heal, and evolve. The mentor in this story may offer wisdom that changes your perspective, challenges you to break free of limiting beliefs, or simply hold space for your transformation. These connections are not defined by time. Even a brief interaction can leave an indelible mark on your soul. Personal insight: the power of a simple smile. In the 3D world, it's easy to get lost in small talk, exchanging pleasantries that barely scratch the surface of who we are. But when you meet someone who resonates with your higher frequency, even a simple smile can hold immense meaning. There is an unspoken understanding, a knowing that transcends words. It's as if your souls recognize each other instantly, bypassing the need for superficial conversation. In that brief moment, there is a spark of connection that lights up something deep within you. I remember a time when I was feeling lost and uncertain about my path. While sitting in a park, I caught the eye of a stranger who smiled at me. It was no ordinary smile. It felt warm, reassuring, and oddly familiar. We ended up talking for hours, sharing stories, fears, and dreams. This stranger became a lifelong friend, someone who supported me through difficult times and celebrated my successes. The connection we formed was immediate and unbreakable, a reminder of the power of soulful connections. Soul families and their role in our lives. Soul families are groups of souls who share a common mission or purpose. They come together to support, uplift, and guide each other. These relationships often transcend traditional roles. Soul family members can be friends, mentors, lovers, or even people who challenge you to grow through difficult experiences. When you meet someone from your soul family, there is an instant sense of recognition and belonging. You feel seen, understood, and accepted in a way that is rare and deeply meaningful. Example: Oprah Winfrey and Maya Angelou. A powerful example of a soul connection is the bond between Oprah Winfrey and Maya Angelou. Their relationship went beyond mentor and mentee. It was a deep, soulful connection rooted in mutual respect, love, and purpose. Maya Angelou's wisdom and guidance played a pivotal role in shaping Oprah's life and career. In turn, Oprah carried forward Maya's teachings, amplifying her voice and sharing her message with millions. This connection exemplifies the impact soulful relationships can have on our lives. They inspire us to become better versions of ourselves and to fulfill our true potential. The depth of soulful love. When we speak of soulful connections, we often think of romantic relationships, but these connections can manifest in many forms. They can be friendships that feel like family, professional partnerships that ignite creativity, or even fleeting encounters that leave a lasting impact. Soulful love is not limited by traditional definitions. It is expansive, unconditional, and rooted in mutual respect and growth. Unlike relationships based on superficial attraction or convenience, soulful connections are built to last. They endure through challenges, changes, and the passage of time. Navigating challenges in soulful connections. It's important to note that soulful connections are not always easy. Because these relationships push us to grow, They often bring our deepest fears and insecurities to the surface. They challenge us to confront our shadows, break down walls, and heal old wounds. This can be uncomfortable, but it is also necessary for our evolution. The depth of these connections makes the journey worth it. Through every challenge, there is an opportunity for greater love, understanding, and transformation. Practical steps to cultivate soulful connections. Be authentic. Soulful connections thrive on authenticity. Be true to yourself and allow others to see the real you, flaws, vulnerabilities, and all. When you show up as your authentic self, you attract people who resonate with your true essence. Listen deeply. In a world filled with noise, genuine listening is a gift. When you listen with your heart and soul, you create space for meaningful connections to flourish. Be open to serendipity. Soulful connections often appear when we least expect them. Be open to chance encounters, and trust that the universe will guide you to the people you need to meet. Cultivate gratitude. Appreciate the soulful connections you already have. Expressing gratitude deepens these bonds and invites more meaningful relationships into your life. Personal reflection. Trusting the universe. There was a time when I doubted whether I would find people who truly understood me. I felt isolated, surrounded by superficial relationships that left me feeling empty. But as I elevated my consciousness and focused on becoming my authentic self, everything changed. The right people began to enter my life. Individuals who supported my journey, challenged my beliefs, and encouraged me to grow. These connections were not coincidences. They were the universe's way of affirming that I was on the right path. The beauty of deep resonance. In the fifth dimension, relationships are no longer bound by superficial markers like wealth, status, or appearances. They are defined by depth, resonance, and a shared commitment to growth. Soulful connections remind us of our interconnectedness and the power of love to transform our lives. Whether it's a mentor who offers wisdom, a friend who stands by you through thick and thin, or a chance encounter that changes your perspective, these connections are gifts from the universe, treasures that guide us on our journey and help us become the best versions of ourselves. By embracing soulful connections, we open ourselves to a life of greater meaning, purpose, and love. We become more compassionate, more present, and more aligned with our true selves. In a world that often feels disconnected and chaotic, these bonds are beacons of light, guiding us home to ourselves and each other. Trust in the power of soulful connections and watch as they transform your life in ways you never imagined. As we reach the end of our journey today, let's take a moment to reflect on the transformative power of this shift from 3D to 5D consciousness. This isn't merely a mental exercise. It's an invitation to change how you live, love, and connect with the world around you. Moving beyond ego, fear, and attachment allows us to embrace a life of purpose, compassion, and inner peace. Think about this. Every challenge, every loss, every moment of discomfort on this journey is not a setback but a stepping stone towards your higher self. Each layer you shed is an old limitation that no longer serves you, allowing you to embody a more radiant, authentic you. So, are you ready to step into this new dimension of consciousness? If this message resonated with you, take a moment to share your thoughts in the comments below. Let us know what aspects of today's discussion spoke to you, and share your experiences of transformation. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Charles' Mindful Nexus. Your support helps us continue bringing these insightful explorations to you. Together, let's build a community of awakened minds and compassionate hearts, lifting each other as we journey into higher awareness. Thank you for watching, and remember, the path to higher consciousness is not a destination but a continual unfolding. Keep exploring, keep growing, and keep connecting. Until next time, stay mindful and keep shining your inner light.